All right, thank you for joining me for a restorative yoga class. This is a floor-based class. No prior yoga experience is necessary. You do not need any fancy yoga props. All you'll need is a yoga mat or a carpeted area if you don't have a yoga mat. And then you will want some pillows of different sizes and perhaps a blanket as well. So you don't need like a fancy yoga bolster, but pillows of different sizes and maybe a blanket or two will be good. Okay. So we're going to start sitting in a comfortable seated position. You can sit crisscross applesauce or in Sukhasana with one foot in front of the other. You can take a moment and kind of rock back and forth side to side and then sit up nice and tall. You're welcome to close your eyes for a moment. Take a slow inhale through your nose. And a slow exhale through your nose. And for many of us, this might be the first time all day that we've really just stopped or slowed down and taken a nice breath. And that's what this restorative yoga class is all about, just giving yourself an opportunity to be still, to breathe, to not have to rush anywhere. And the postures are going to be slow, so we're not even rushing from posture to posture, right? The whole thing is meant to be relaxing. If there is something in your life that you would like restored, like perhaps a sense of joy or creativity or rest or relaxation, whatever that is, you can take a moment and just name that. And if at any point during yoga class you find your mind wandering, or perhaps you find yourself going into negative self-talk or pushing yourself a little too far in a posture, you can just come back to, again, whatever it is that you're wanting to be restored. And remember that our yoga practice is so much bigger than stretching a hamstring or strengthening a bicep, right? It's really about coming back to ourselves. So we're going to start with a very simple breathing technique called even breathing. And the idea is you inhale and exhale for equal or even amounts of time. So it's very simple. We'll start with a 4 count, inhaling through the nose for 4 and exhaling through the nose for 4. And if you'd like, we can work our way all the way up to a 6 count. It's deceptively simple. There's actually been studies done that show that this breathing exercise lowers blood pressure and also helps to reduce anxiety. So sitting up tall, drop your shoulders, relax your face. Begin. Inhale through your nose for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale through your nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale through your nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale through your nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 3, 2, 1. Breath in for 4. Breath out for 4. This time, inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 5, feel your body rise with the breath. Exhale for 5, feel your body fall with the breath. Inhale for 5, if your mind is wandering, you can count in your head to center the mind. Exhale for 5, keep sitting up tall with your jaw and shoulders relaxed. This time, inhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe out, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 6. Exhale for 6. Breathe in 6. Breathe out 6. Breathe in. Breathe out. Last one, count to any number you want, and whenever you're ready, you'll match that with the exhale. Gently return your breath to normal in and out through your nose. If your eyes were closed, you can slowly open your eyes and maybe roll your shoulders forward a few times, backward a few times. I'll also say, sometimes a breathing exercise really speaks to me, and other days I'm really anxious when I'm doing it or my mind is wandering. So if you fall into that second category at any point during class, you're not doing anything wrong. Our mind, naturally wanders, or sometimes we get a little uncomfortable with stillness. So just remember that yoga, breath, compassion for yourself, silence, stillness, these are all practices that we're cultivating. Okay. You're going to place your hands on either sides of your hips, and again, sit up nice and tall so you're not leaning forward or leaning too far back. From the side, imagine you could almost lean against a wall behind you. Your neck is in line with the rest of your spine. We're going to do a few gentle movements with the body just to create some motion in the body, and then we'll hop into some longer held restorative yoga postures. Take a slow inhale through your nose. And as you exhale through your nose, tilt your right ear towards right shoulder, stretching the left side neck. And it's worth noting that I'm not mirroring you, so it might look like I'm moving my head to the left when in fact I'm moving my head to the right. You're welcome to follow my words or my body movement. Either way, just know that we will do the right side of postures first, unless I forget, which sometimes happens. Slowly roll your head down, chin to chest, let your head hang heavy. And then roll your left ear towards left shoulder, stretching the right side neck. Notice if you start to lean to the left, press down through your right sit bone, drop your shoulders. So it's just your neck spine moving at the beginning of class. Look straight ahead. Good. Slowly roll your head down, chin to chest. Notice if you start to hunch forward, roll your shoulders back and down, lift your chest, drop your head. Look down the center line of your body. Keep your jaw relaxed. When you're ready, slowly roll your head back up, look straight ahead, and this time lift your nose, lift your chin, look up and back. You're not forcing the neck. Maybe you just look up towards the ceiling. Eventually the head drops all the way back. Doesn't have to be today or tomorrow. We're just getting a little bit of motion in our cervical spine at the beginning of class. Good. Slowly come back to center, look straight ahead. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale through your nose, look over right shoulder. So now the neck is twisting. Notice again, if you start to lean to the right or move your whole body, keep your shoulders and hips facing forward. So it's just the neck moving as you look back. Good. Slowly unwind, come back to center. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale through the nose, look over left shoulder. So we can connect our breath and our body movements. This helps to calm the body and center the mind. On the breath in, stretch up. And on the breath out, look back. Good. Slowly come back into a neutral position. Keep your left leg bent. Kick your right leg out. The wider you make the leg, the more you will feel an inner thigh stretch. You can kick it out as much or as little as you want. You can take a moment here, flex your toes, point your toes, then just let your foot be nice and neutral. Take your right hand outside of your right thigh and reach your left arm long overhead. So think about stretching the crown of your head and your left fingertips to where the ceiling and right wall meet. You're not collapsing down, right? Lengthen through the arm, drop the shoulders, maybe scoop the right shoulder forward a little bit. If you'd like to go a little deeper, you could even place your right forearm on right thigh. And if you'd like, you can bend your left elbow, give yourself a pat on the back for practicing yoga, and hold here for a moment, working on shoulder mobility. Good. If your left elbow is bent, straighten your left arm, and then slowly come up to center. Place your left hand outside of your left hip, right hand outside of right hip, and let's do the other side. Left leg out, right leg in. You can point your toes, flex your toes, and then let the foot relax. Taking left hand outside of left thigh, reach your right arm long overhead. So notice that the shoulders are in the ears, drop the shoulders, roll the right rib cage back, lengthen through the right arm, breathe through your nose. Good. Option to stay here or take left forearm to left thigh. Nice. Coming down a little bit more. And if you'd like, bend your right elbow and give yourself a pat on the back for something else you're proud of this week, like hosting Thanksgiving for the first time. Good. From here, if your right elbow is bent, reach your right arm up and then slowly come up. Place your hands on either sides of your hips. Kick your right leg out. Again, the more you open the legs, the more you'll feel an inner thigh stretch. You want a gentle stretch, not like a tearing sensation, right? From here, you're going to point your toes, flex your toes, point your toes, flex your toes, keep your toes flexed back. Place your hands on the floor in front of you, stick your butt out a little bit, and you can walk your hands forward. Roll the shoulders back, press the chest forward, keep your neck long. Imagine there's a board strapped to your back. So in some styles of yoga, I might tell you, go to your deepest point. If you have the flexibility, come down. But restorative yoga is really just about feeling good, about having some time for yourself, about relaxing and gently stretching as you breathe. So don't feel like you have to go to your deepest point in this posture or in any posture throughout class. It's meant to be enjoyable. Good. Slowly walk your hands back in, come up. This time, bring your legs together and point your toes. Stick your butt out a little bit and walk your hands forward. And I know if you practice 26 into yoga, pointing your toes here might feel sacrilegious, but believe it or not, a lot of styles of yoga point their toes in Paschimottanasana stretching. Roll the shoulders back, press the chest forward, take a breath. Good. Slowly walk your hands back in. Keep your left leg straight, bend your right leg so that your right foot is on the floor, knee pointing to the ceiling. It's a little hard to see with the colors I'm wearing. Take your left hand close behind you like a second spine. Reach your right arm up, bend the right elbow, place right elbow inside of right knee for a spine twist. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, look over, left shoulder twist. Good. Drop the shoulders, lift the chest, look back. Slowly unwind, take your right hand up, behind you, straighten your right leg, other side, bend your left leg, left foot on the floor, reach your left arm up, bend the left elbow inside of left knee, inhale, stretch up, exhale, look back, twist. Drop the shoulders, relax your jaw, keep your left foot firmly planted in the floor, with the knee pointing towards the ceiling so that it's not starting to turn out. Good. Slowly come back to center. Reach your left arm up, left hand behind you, kick your left foot forward. And from here, we're going to come on to all fours into a tabletop position. Okay. So take a moment here. You want to get your wrists under your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips. Spread your fingers wide and reach down through your knuckles so that you're not putting all of your body weight into your wrists. We are going to take a few cat-cows here, bending and rounding our spine. Inhale through your nose. And on the exhale, round your spine to the ceiling like an angry cat. Meow. You can drop your head, keep the shoulders out of the ears, press the hips forward. On your next inhale breath, cow pose, moo. You're going to stick your butt up, drop your abdomen down, roll your shoulders back and down, look up and back. So it's called cow pose because you're letting your stomach hang out, kind of like a cow. Squeeze the shoulders open through the chest. Exhale into your cat pose, meow, right? It's called cat pose because if you've ever seen a cat that's really angry, which if you've ever seen a cat, you've probably seen a cat that's angry, right? They round Sorry for cat people, they round their spine a lot. So here we are rounding the spine. When you're ready, inhaling back into your cow pose, squeeze the shoulder blade scapula together, move your hips up, let your abdomen hang heavy. Last round, make it feel good into your cat pose, exhale. When you're ready, inhale into your cow pose, no rush. Good. Come back into a neutral spine position. Keep your left hand on the floor. We're going to thread the needle, but we're going to do a few warm-ups first. So keep your left hand on the floor. Take an inhale, reach your right arm up. It's a nice little shoulder, chest, spine twist opening. And exhale, place your right hand back down on the floor, look down. Let's do that again. Inhale, reach your right arm up, look up. This feels so good. Exhale, place your right hand back down on the floor, look down. Okay, inhale, reach your right arm, look up. Exhale, this time thread the needle, take your right arm through left arm, right shoulder, right ear to floor. You can keep your left hand on the floor close to your face for stability, or reach your left hand up, drape your hand behind you, catch your right thigh with your left hand for a bind. This is a great chest and shoulder opener. It can also be too much pressure on the shoulder. So if thread the needle is not working for you, come on up. You're gonna sit back onto your heels so you get a little toe ankle stretch. Take your right arm out to the right, swipe across, bend your left arm up, pull back, and you get the same deltoid stretch without being on the floor. I have a friend who recently told me he took class and like flipped out of the posture in this one, which is a funny image to imagine. He was okay, obviously. Okay. If you are in thread the needle and you have your left hand draped behind you for a bind, you're going to start by reaching your left hand up towards the ceiling and then placing your left hand on the floor close to your face. Push down, and then everybody together, inhale, unthread the needle, reach your right arm up, look up. Exhale, place your right hand on the floor. Let's do the other side. Inhale, reach your left arm up, look up. Exhale, slowly look down, place your left hand back on the floor. Inhale, left arm up, look up, nice shoulder chest opener. Slowly return your left hand to the floor. Here we go. Inhale, reach your left arm up. Exhale, thread the needle, left hand through right arm. Try to keep your hips over your knees. So rather than leaning back, you want a little bit forward. You can keep your right hand on the floor or reach your right arm up, drape behind you, and eventually catch your left thigh with your right hand. Okay, if you have your right hand draped behind you, reach your right arm up, place it on the floor close to your face. Everybody together, unthread the needle on the breath in, reach your left arm up. And on the breath out, place your hand down. Okay, come back onto your feet, sitting back down towards your heels. If you'd like, you can interlace your fingers behind you, push your knuckles down and do a nice little back bend here. Look up and back. Good, and then slowly return your spine to a neutral position, uninterlace your fingers, and go ahead and grab some or have some pillows and blankets handy nearby. We're going to do a wide-legged child's pose here with options for lots of props if that feels good. So you can start with your knees, feet together, open your knees so your big toes stay touching. Put your hands on the floor, walk your hands forward. This is a standard child's pose. In restorative yoga, we zhuzh it up a little bit. So a couple options here. Let's say that your hips are really high off of your calves, your heels. You can place pillows or blankets in between your calves and your thighs so that there's extra padding there and you can really relax. If you have tight toes, ankles, or knees, you're welcome to place a small blanket under those delicate joints or roll up your yoga mat so there's extra padding there. And this is where it gets really fun. This is what I like the restorative version of a child's pose is you're welcome to grab some pillows and blankets and place them underneath your abdomen. And rather than having the arms forward, you can even like bend the elbows and look to one side. And then when we're halfway through, I'll tell you when you can look to the other side. So it's not like the deepest child's pose of all time. In restorative yoga, we're really using household props like pillows and blankets to allow us to relax a little bit deeper. And we're going to be in this posture for 5 minutes. And I will tell you when we are at the halfway mark so that if you are looking to one side, you can look to the other side. Sometimes restorative yoga and yin yoga get grouped together. Yin yoga really does emphasize not just stillness, not just long holds of posture, but it also emphasizes like you're working into, fascia, you're working into connective tissue, tendons, ligaments, muscles, joints. Versus restorative yoga to me, of course, we're stretching our body here. We're opening through our hips or inner thighs. We're lengthening through our spine. If you're looking to one side, right, you're also gently twisting your neck. Of course, we're doing all those physical things. But it's really about just giving your time to relax and maybe some, I don't know, kind of quirky positions, right? Like I wouldn't necessarily do this outside of yoga, but it can be really nice and almost playful or childlike, or even like divinely feminine, I think, just to kind of enjoy some time relaxing, taking rest, and really allowing the floor, the pillows, the blankets, all of that stuff to hold you up, to support you, especially if you're ever feeling a little unsupported outside of yoga. Restorative yoga is a wonderful opportunity just to allow yourself to really be held and taken care of. Notice where you might be holding on to some tension and see if you can relax just a little bit more, like really trusting in the pillows and the blankets and the ground. And we're at the halfway mark. So if you're looking to one side, you can gently lift your head and look to the other side. Okay, if you're looking to one side, gently lift your head. You can look straight ahead. Place your hands on either sides of your shoulders. Slowly press yourself up. There's no rush. If you'd like, you can take a counter stretch. Once again, interlacing the fingers behind you and pressing the palms down as you look up. Good. Slowly return your spine to a neutral position. Uninterlace your fingers. Remove any pillows or blankets and any other counter stretches that you would like to do, like stretching out one leg, or moving your hips and spine. You're welcome to. We build in time in between postures and even Savasana for you to move in a way that feels good. And then as you're ready, you're going to turn and make your way onto your back for our first Savasana. And even in our rest postures, right, you can make this your own. You're welcome to place a pillow under your head, your knees. If lying with your legs straight on the floor does not feel good to your lower back, that is really normal. You can place a small pillow or blanket under your lower back, and or you can bend your legs so that your feet are on the floor and your knees rest together. That'll take pressure off of the lower back. We're just going to take a moment here just to breathe and be still. Should also mention you're always welcome to close your eyes at any point in this class, and if you find that you nod off or take a little snooze, that is wonderful too. I once told a teacher I might fall asleep in this class, and he said, "It would be my honor to have you fall asleep in my yoga class." Okay, next we're going to do a hamstring stretch, which is really great with a blanket, a long blanket, a belt. If you happen to have like a fancy yoga strap, you're welcome to use that as well. But for me, or a towel, a long towel. So what you're going to do is grab a long blanket or towel, and you're basically going to make a loop with it. And you're going to hook your foot in that loop and then lie on your back with your elbows and shoulders on the floor. You can, again, if you wanted the deepest hamstring stretch of all time, I might tell you like pull back, but in here, it's really just like holding onto your blanket or pillow and then letting your foot relax. So really see if you can let your leg kind of like trust that, you know, your grip and the blanket has it, and even kind of wiggle your pillow or blanket, wiggle your foot back and forth a little bit, and see if you can just get your leg to relax. And we're going to hold here for a minute. Again, this is a gentle hamstring stretch. Does not need to be super intense. Another difference between restorative yoga and yin yoga, I think, is that in yin yoga, a lot of times there will be a moment where you are uncomfortable, and like part of yin yoga is breathing through that uncomfortableness. Versus in restorative yoga, if you are ever uncomfortable, that's a sign that you can grab a prop, take a break from the posture, do something else, right? Because again, the goal isn't like to get the deepest stretch to the fascia on the chest. The goal is to just relax and breathe. From here, I'm going to give you two options. If you are pregnant and or you would like a hip opener, place your both ends of your blanket strap concoction into your right hand and bring your right leg out. And if you'd like, you can place blankets or pillows underneath your near foot and let the leg drop as much as you want. If you would like a spine and abdominal wall twist, hold on to your blanket towel concoction with your left hand and cross the leg the other way. Try to keep your shoulder on the floor. And again, you can place pillows underneath your foot or knee so that it does not drop all the way down to the floor. If you are bringing your right leg out to the right, you will feel a hip and inner thigh opener. If you are bringing your right leg to the left, you will feel a spine twist as well as a stretch to the outer right thigh and the IT band.
Whether you have your leg out to the right or to the left, you can hold onto your strap with one or both hands and slowly return your right foot back up towards the ceiling so that both hips are on the floor, both shoulders are on the floor. Take your time in releasing the strap and then slowly bend your right leg, right foot on the floor, and then right leg down, back into your Savasana. And again, if you want to like windshield wiper your legs or stretch up and down or do any motions, right, you take that time here. And then go into a little bit of stillness, a little bit of breath. Okay, let's do the other side. Find your strap again. This time you're going to keep your right leg on the floor. Bend your left leg, kick your left foot up. Can hook your left foot with your towel or blanket. Again, the idea here is, especially if you're able to have a long enough towel or blanket, you can get the elbows to the floor. And you're not pulling all the way back, right? You just want a gentle stretch through the Achilles, the calf, the hamstring. I think sometimes in yoga, we think that like feeling it all is best. Like I can feel everything in my body working, then I'm getting a good yoga class. But sometimes feeling just a little bit or feeling a subtle shift is really powerful. See if you can relax your left leg and just let it fall into the strap. Okay, if you are pregnant, if spine twists just do not work for your body, if you would like a hip opener or another inner thigh stretch is really speaking to you, take both ends of your strap into your left hand and bring your left leg out to the left. Again, you can place as many pillows or blankets as you want underneath your left foot or left knee so that it does not have to come all the way down. Or if you'd like a spine twist, you can place both ends of your strap in your right hand and bring your right leg to the left, placing pillows or blankets under there. Try to keep your left shoulder down. Relax and breathe. Okay, whichever way your leg is facing, you're gonna place the ends of the strap back into your hands and slowly bring your left hip back so that your left foot is facing the ceiling. Take your time, undo that strap. Slowly bend your left leg, left foot on the floor. And you can do any sorts of motions with the body that feel good. And then make your way back into your Savasana. Sometimes also I think in the yoga community, when we think about rest and relaxation, it feels very serious, and there's like candle lights and music playing and essential oil everywhere. But these things can also be really playful and again, childlike. So in this next posture, we are going to build a pillow fort. How fun is that? Bend your legs so that your feet are on the floor. If they're not already, roll off to one side and slowly press yourself up, make your way into a seated position. So you're going to grab some pillows and or blankets of different sizes. And the idea here is we are going to make an inclined stack of blankets or pillows. So I will model placing a big pillow, then two smaller pillows, and then a small pillow for my head. And you are also welcome to have a blanket nearby. The idea is you're going to sit facing away from your pillow fort with your hips close by, and you're just going to lie back. And it might take you a couple tries to find the right incline or like pillow ratio for you. From here, you can wiggle out your hips. You can keep your knees bent with your feet on the floor. You can have your legs long, or if you'd like a hip opener, you can bend your knees out to the sides so that the insides of your feet touch. And if you do want this hip opener, you can also grab some pillows for underneath your knees and thighs so that the knees don't drop all the way down. And that way you don't have to fight gravity in any way. Once you're in a comfortable position, you can also put a blanket over your body. You can close your eyes. We're actually going to stay here for 8 minutes. How fun is that? And if at any point it feels too intense, remember that you can add or remove pillows as you see fit. Think back to that word at the beginning of class or that phrase that you want restored. Again, it could have been joy or creativity or deep peace or relaxation. Think about breathing that word in and out. Welcome to have your arms out to the side or maybe on your abdomen or chest or down on your hips or knees. No right or wrong answer. And again, if you want to take a little snooze, this is a wonderful opportunity to do that. In this posture, we're gently stretching out the spine. Just a gentle incline. And if you have the butterfly legs, right, then it's a nice little hip, knee, inner thigh opener as well. We're at about the halfway mark. If what you're doing does not feel comfortable or it's too intense, remember that you can take a break, you can adjust, you can add or remove a prop. Otherwise, just see if you can relax a little bit more. Maybe, halfway through this gentle incline to the spine, you might notice your neck, your shoulders, middle and lower back, everything getting a little longer. Okay, take an inhale through your nose, feel your chest gently rise. Exhale through your nose, let your shoulders fall. You're going to very slowly start to sit up. There's no rush. You can take any sort of counter stretch that you want. And remove your pillows, but maybe keep a small pillow handy. And this time for our Savasana, you're welcome to lie on your back, or if it feels good, you can lie on your side for a moment, maybe with a pillow under your head or between your knees. Just take a moment resting here. If you're a side sleeper, this might feel familiar. And if you'd like a side body stretch, you can even have your right arm forward and your left arm up overhead. Sometimes in this class, I'll do this posture for several minutes, but for this one, we're kind of doing it as an alternative to Savasana. From here, you're going to slowly roll to the other side and do the same thing, but in the other direction. And again, you can have your right arm or the other arm long overhead, right? So get that side body stretch. If you are on your back, gently roll to one side, perhaps the side you have not rolled off to yet. Everybody place your hands on the floor close to you and slowly press yourself up.
Okay. Next, we're going to do a supported back bend. So again, you're going to sit facing away from your pillows. And the idea is you will place one or two large pillows behind your back, and then one or two slightly smaller pillows for your head to rest on. And you can play around for a bit with how this will look. But the idea is you're going to have an arc in your spine without overdoing it. Doesn't need to be the deepest back bend of all time. And once you feel good about where you are, couple options, maybe if in our inclined posture, you had your knees out to the side in butterfly, maybe in this one, you have your legs long or your knees bent with your feet on the floor, or if in our reclined posture, you had your legs long, maybe you do butterfly in this one, or not. We're gonna hold here for 3 minutes. And the idea is it's a healing compression to the spine, gentle extension through the front of the body. And whereas, many back bends are on your feet, on your knees, heck, even on your hands, this one is really supported right through a pillow so that you can still get that healing compression to the spine, healing extension to the front of the body without feeling like you're going to tip backwards or go anywhere, right? You know that you're safe and stable. You can just enjoy the back bend. If you'd like, you can have your arms out to the side in like a big expansive gesture, or bend your elbows, placing your hands on your chest, your abdomen, or have the arms down by your side. Lots of options. And even in this supported back bend, you still might find that your heart rate increases a little bit at first because we're stretching this big bundle of nerves in the front of our body. I really believe the solar plex nerve system wants to be stretched out, but sometimes in the process, it can increase the heart rate or stimulate the central nervous system. And again, what's so beautiful about a supported back bend posture like this, you can really remember you're not going anywhere, right? So you can just relax and enjoy. Use your breath to soothe your body.
Take a breath in through the nose, really feeling the front of the body expand and open. And a breath out, allowing the ribs, the chest to gently contract. There's a couple ways to get out of this posture. You can put your elbows or hands on the floor and press yourself up. Or what I like to do is bend my legs so feet are on the floor if they're not there already. Keep the pillows underneath your head, squeeze your butt, lift your hips, and remove the pillow from underneath your middle back. And then option to keep the pillows underneath your head for Savasana or remove some pillows there. So you're welcome to stay here in final Savasana just like this with your legs long. Or if you'd like, you can kick your feet up. Of course, if you have like a couch or a wall nearby, you can just kick your feet up that couch or wall. Otherwise, we're going to build another pillow fort. How fun is that? Grab as many pillows as you want, of as many sizes and shapes as you want, and you're going to place them underneath your knees. The idea here is elevating the legs is really nice for calming the central nervous system, lowering blood pressure. You are also welcome to keep blankets underneath your head, your lower back, place blankets on top of you, make this your own. Okay. You can close your eyes, open your arms as much or as little as you want. I'm going to place one hand over my abdomen and one hand over my chest. And just enjoy. We have 3 built-in minutes here for final Savasana. So this is very much intentionally part of your yoga practice. Just to be on your back, maybe with elevated feet here, hanging out, enjoying your own company, maybe returning back again to that word or phrase or feeling that you'd like restored and breathing into that. You're welcome to stay in final Savasana for as long as you'd like. You can even take a little nap. When you are ready to get up, you can kind of unceremoniously kick off any pillows that you have under your feet, or if you had your feet up a wall, you can awkwardly roll off of the wall. There's no graceful way to do it. I've tried. And as you do sit up, I really encourage you, again, this doesn't have to be now, but when you are ready to sit up,
I encourage you to sit up for a while before you stand up, because you have been on the floor for a while. And especially if you had the elevated legs, right? The blood pressure and the heart tend to slow down a lot. So take your time standing up, drink lots and lots of water, be good to yourself. Have a wonderful Tuesday. Hope to see you all soon.